Okay, here's a quick tip for you. I've been experimenting with wide intervals and trying to make them sound good on the guitar, particularly in various phrases over various different chords. And there's a really cool way you can look at this. You tend to stack chords in thirds, so you get 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and that tends to be how we build up our chord structures. What you can do is you can take any two notes. Let's say I take these two to start, so that's a seventh. Right? And then we're going to only play either side of that in that series. So the next dyad that I play, the next two notes, have to be either a ninth or a fifth apart. And therefore you get something like this. So start with a seventh, and then I'm going to play a ninth. And you can start your phrases with these, and they sound really angular, but you also get some very melodic sound. I could do that somewhere else and think, okay, well, I could play that seventh and then that ninth there. Something like that. I could start with a different seventh. So that's like seventh to ninth. I could do seventh to fifth if I wanted to, do something like this. It sounds better if you don't go to the same note we just came from, so maybe something like stuff like that might sound a bit better. I could start with a sixth instead, and if I started with a sixth, my options are to either go to a fourth or go to a unison. So I'd have to do something like this. That was a sixth and then a fourth there. I could do that somewhere else. That kind of thing. So that was sixth, fourth down. These kind of things. I could do, if I started with a fourth, I could go fourth then a sixth if I wanted to. So that was fourth, then a sixth. I could start with a seventh. If I started with a seventh, then my possibilities would be to go up to the ninth or come down to a fifth. So if I went, sorry, I've always started with a seventh, haven't I? So let's do something else. Let's do thirds. If I start with a third, then I can either come down to the unison or I can go up to the fifth. So going up to a fifth, I get something like. So that's a third, that's a fifth. And then I've got, let's say I'll do that somewhere else, so that would be another one, or I could do something like, so that would be up a third, down a fifth. I could start with a second, so I could do something like this, and then I could do a second, then a seventh, so I get. That's my second, then seventh, I could do that somewhere else. Or I could do, I don't know, a seventh and a second here. These kind of things. So no matter where I start in that harmonic series of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, I just go either side of the dyad that I've picked, and I can start my phrase with whatever dyad that is, and then I go to a different dyad that's either side of that. And you can keep going with this as well. You end up with something that sounds a little bit like contrary motion if you do it. So you end up with, like, let's say we start with a seventh, and then I go to a ninth, like that. And then from there, I'm going to go from a ninth to 11th or a fourth. So that'll be 3. So we've kind of gone up the series there from 7 to 9 to 11. I could do the other way round, so I could start with a fourth, and then I could go from the fourth to a second, something like that, and then go to a seventh afterwards. So you kind of see how that works, right? We're just trying to go either side of it, but this basically doesn't go wrong. That's the interesting thing about it. Suddenly all of these super wide intervals, which are normally quite hard to pitch and hear cool ideas for, you can actually just start to get used to and use really easily. So give that a go, see how you do with it, and let me know how it goes.